All right, so I want your honest opinion. We talked about this, and you know, when you make YouTube videos, you put yourself out there, you talk a lot of stuff, and you don't think you know everything. But I look at myself as beyond the average fan. I'm not just a fan. I'm a fanalist. So when I'm watching the team, I'm not just looking at wins and losses. I'm looking at how we got those wins, how we got those losses, and things like that. But I have a question for you: is do you believe that Brad Holmes is truly in? Do you believe that the Detroit Lions, and I this is a safe space, I promise I won't go off. Do you believe that the Detroit Lions are in a Super Bowl window right now? And let me explain the criteria. That means that Brad Holmes feels like with a move or two that this team can be a Super Bowl contender. I would love to know your thoughts. Trade a few Lions YouTubers for Chase Young. Oh, I got a couple that I could put out right now. Okay, Tiger Town says not quite yet, but they're getting closer. Okay, so Tiger, you're saying that even if we let's take the best two moves, whatever your two moves are that you would love to see, any player, any position. If the Lions made a move for those players at that position, would that make us Super Bowl contenders? Let me know. Okay, Wynn says yes. Rick says yes. Robin says Holmes is still all in, but he's him away, but he's doing it his way with his theory. I believe that as well. Vash says yes, it is possible. T Stay Cole says yes, we are. Until Lions reach playoff and have wins, Holmes gets too much credit, no results, just media fluff. Okay, we'll come back to that, Casey. We'll come back to that. Okay, Tiger says yes, most likely. All right, I'm going to put you on the spot here. And if you're watching this in the comment on video forum, I'm going to put you on the spot as well. Take your two most coveted players that you want on this team. No salary cap, no trade capital, non-issue. If we got those two players, let's just say Devontae Adams and Brian Burns. Let's say Jeffrey Simmons and, I don't know, Mike Evans. Or let's use two logical people that we could get. Mike Evans, Chase Young. Do you think that would put us in a Super Bowl window? The reason that I'm bringing this up is because y'all got to pay attention to what the GM says, right? And what he does. He said that Jeff Okudah was his rookie year, essentially. We traded him away. The general manager is going to say all the right stuff. And you got to kind of decide what's fluff and what's truth, right? We saw Brad Holmes pound on the table. We saw the excitement with Aiden Hutchinson. And he said something that I don't believe was fluff at all. And I keep going back to this because it means something. It is called foreshadowing. Okay. In a movie, they will foreshadow something happening down the line by something happening now, right? What Brad Holmes foreshadowed to me a potential trade deadline move being buyers by saying that we are trying to compete this year, that we are ready to compete. He didn't say we're a draft away. He didn't even say we were players away. Maybe he doesn't feel like we need to be buyers at the trade deadline, or maybe he does. And he's just waiting and waiting and waiting for the right opportunity to the right team to be at the right place during the bye week or at the right time. And check this out. At the trade deadline, right before that, we play the Las Vegas Raiders. You want to know what happens after that? We have a bye week. Then we come back and in week, whatever that is, 9 or 10, we play the Los Angeles Chargers. What a perfect time to be buyers. You can bring a wide receiver, a defensive tackle, defensive end, or anyone else into the team. They will have a whole week to practice, a whole extra week to get acclimated to the team. So I think that he makes a move. Tiger says with Crosby and Mike Evans type of trades, that could put us over the top. Crosby ain't the best option. Okay, Bucky, who do you think he is? If we're just pretending, I'm bringing Bosa and Jefferson. Okay, Rick, that's what I want to hear. I want to hear two players that's going to make the Detroit Lions Super Bowl caliber team. And yes, for those two players, it is pretend. Both of them about to get locked up. One is locked up, one about to get locked up. Those are not happening, right? But the point that I'm trying to make is, if we got those two players, would that put us in a Super Bowl window? So the answer to the question for me is I think the Lions are in a Super Bowl window. And I know what you guys might be saying. We haven't done anything. That doesn't mean we can. See, when we look at progression in the National Football League, I think for us Detroit Lions fans, we're trying to temper expectations because we've been let down so much, right? So why say Super Bowl? Why? Because let's be honest, Lions fans, we've said it and we knew we didn't have a team to get there. But now this team is 12-3 over their last 15 games. That's a Super Bowl winning team. That's a Super Bowl caliber team. Now, do I think we can hang with the 49ers and Eagles? I think we can hang with the Eagles. I think we could catch the 49ers, but I don't think we quite there yet. All right. Could we beat them? Yeah, I think we could if we catch them. But if it was 2 out of 3 or whatever, some NBA stuff, I don't think we win that series. But any given Sunday, absolutely. Anybody can be beat. We just saw the Chicago Bears 0-4 beat the 2-2 Washington Commanders on the road. So anything can happen. But what I'm saying is, Brad Holmes, do you think that he thinks we're in a Super Bowl window? I think he does. I think he does. And that's why I believe the Detroit Lions will be buyers at the trade deadline. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.